I spent 4 hours staring at this blank screen, waiting for the perfect opening sentence. But perfectionism isn't a standard. It is a silent, invisible cage. We often mistake perfectionism for high standards, but in reality, it is just a sophisticated form of procrastination that keeps us paralyzed in the dark night. The cursor keeps blinking, a rhythmic reminder of my own inaction. Every time I type a word, I delete it, fearing it isn't quite good enough yet. We are haunted by the ghost of a perfect version of our work that doesn't even exist. We kill our progress before it even has a chance. The world outside is moving, people are living, and yet here I am, trapped in a loop of self-criticism and impossible expectations that lead to nowhere. Every deletion feels like a small failure, but is actually a symptom of a deeper fear. The fear that our best effort will never be enough. It's 2 a.m. and the page is still white. This is the weight of perfectionism. It's heavy, it's exhausting, and it is completely and utterly useless for growth. Hours pass like minutes when you are overthinking. We analyze every possible outcome until we have no energy left to actually execute the task at hand. Time is the only resource we can't buy back, yet we waste it polishing a mirror that has no reflection. We are stuck in a mental prison. This video is about breaking that cage. It is about why doing it badly is often the fastest way to eventually doing it better than anyone else. If you have ever felt stuck, this is for you. Let's dismantle the myth of perfection and learn the power of simply starting where you are now. Welcome to the breakdown of the glass cage. To move forward, we first need to understand the psychology behind why we feel so paralyzed by our dreams. Psychologists call this paralysis by analysis. It happens when our overthinking brain shuts down our action-oriented body because the perceived stakes feel way too high. We fear starting because we have tied our identity to the outcome. If the work is bad, we believe that we are bad. It's a dangerous trap. But what if the outcome didn't matter? What if the goal was just the movement itself? This shift in perspective is where true creative freedom finally begins. Think of it as a feedback loop. When you don't act, you have zero data. When you do something poorly, you suddenly have a wealth of information. Making progress is like making coffee. You can't get the brew without first grinding the beans. It's a messy process that eventually leads to a result. Doing it badly is just the first step of doing it at all. It is the necessary friction required to generate the heat of real, lasting success. The person who fails 10 times has learned 10 ways not to do it. The person who never starts has learned absolutely nothing about the world. Life is like this river. It is constantly flowing. You can either jump in and swim, or stand on the bank forever, analyzing the current speed. Precision is the enemy of the beginner. Your only job at the start is to create volume. Quality is a byproduct of high volume, consistent, messy action. Once you accept that your first draft will be terrible, the pressure disappears. You are no longer performing. You are simply exploring your own creative potential. We admire the finished masterpiece, but we ignore the hundreds of ruined canvases hidden in the artist's basement. Perfection is an illusion for the audience. Every miss is a calibration. If you don't throw the dart, you can't adjust your aim. Success is just a series of slightly better calibrated failures over time. Release yourself from the need to be impressive right now. Start by being average. Start by being mediocre. Just make sure that you actually start today. Let's dive into a famous story that proves this point. It's a study about a pottery class that changed how I think about work forever. A ceramics teacher divided his class into 2 groups. Group A would be graded on quality. One perfect pot was all they needed for an A. They spent the entire semester planning, sketching, and theorizing about the perfect shape. They were terrified of making a single mistake on their final piece. Group B, however, was graded on quantity. To get an A, they simply had to produce 50 pounds of pots. Quality didn't matter at all. Group B went to work immediately. They were messy. They made lopsided bowls, cracked vases, and ugly plates. They didn't care. They just kept going. By the time the final grading came around, a strange thing happened. The highest quality pots didn't come from Group A, the perfectionists. The most beautiful, artistic, and technically perfect pots came from Group B, the group that was only focused on making as many as possible. While Group A was busy theorizing about perfection, Group B was busy learning from their mistakes. They had more flight time with the actual clay. They learned how to handle the material by failing 50 times. Their hands understood the balance because they had felt the imbalance so many times. This is the paradox. To achieve a 10-point result, you must be willing to produce 54-point results first. You cannot skip the ladder. If you want to be a great writer, write 100 bad articles. If you want to be a great filmmaker, shoot 100 bad videos. Quantity is the path to quality. It is the only reliable way to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The heat of the process burns away the amateurishness. You can't think your way to a masterpiece. You have to work your way into it. Don't be Group A. Don't spend your life planning the perfect move. Be Group B. Get your hands dirty and start making things right now. The world doesn't reward you for your intentions. It rewards you for your output, even if that output is currently messy and very far from perfect. Now that we know why quantity matters, let's talk about the specific strategy you can use to start every single day without the fear. I call this the shitty first draft mindset. It's a psychological permission slip to be absolutely terrible on purpose just to get started. When I sit down, I tell myself, I am going to write the worst page in history. Suddenly, the pressure to be brilliant evaporates instantly. The goal isn't to be good. The goal is just to fill the space. You can't edit a blank page, but you can always fix a bad one. This is the 5-minute rule. Commit to doing the task for just 5 minutes as poorly as possible. Usually after 5 minutes, you find flow. It applies to everything. Don't try to have the perfect workout. Just go to the gym and move for 5 minutes. That's the victory. Most of the friction is in the transition from nothing to something. Once you are in motion, physics takes over and momentum keeps you going. Your shitty first draft is a bridge. It's not the destination. It's the scaffolding that allows you to build something much stronger and more permanent. We spend so much energy managing our image that we forget to manage our growth. Who cares if the first version is a total mess? The draft mindset turns work into play. It removes the ego from the equation and replaces it with curiosity and a sense of genuine adventure. Allow yourself to be a beginner. Allow yourself to be clumsy. Every expert you admire started as a messy, uncertain amateur who just didn't quit. When you lower the bar for entry, you increase your chances of finishing. The most successful people I know have very low starting thresholds. They don't wait for the muse. They don't wait for the right time. They just start the draft knowing they can make it better later on. Iteration is the mother of genius. You can't iterate on a thought. You can only iterate on a tangible, physical piece of work. So, give yourself permission today. Go out and create something terrible. It's the most productive thing you could possibly do for your long-term career. Now, let's look at how this messy approach actually scales. This is the 10x formula that turns action into a massive breakthrough. The perfectionist stays at 0, waiting for the perfect leap. The doer moves in small increments that compound over time into something truly massive. This is how you hack the system. By doing it 10 times fast, you collect 10 times the data that the perfectionist is still trying to predict. Every iteration is a lesson. 10 messy attempts are worth more than 1 perfect year of planning. Real-world feedback is the only truth that matters. Success is a game of probability. The more often you do it poorly, the higher your chances of hitting that one breakthrough that changes everything. Look at any industry leader. They don't have a 100% success rate. They just have a much higher attempt rate than anyone else in their field. When you do it poorly, you are building resilience. You become immune to the sting of minor failures, which allows you to take even bigger risks. Each small action builds a staircase. You can't see the top from the bottom, but each messy step brings you closer to the ultimate peak. This is the 10x formula. Action creates clarity, clarity creates confidence, and confidence leads to the breakthroughs that look like luck to outsiders. Growth isn't linear. It's a series of jumps. And those jumps only happen when you have enough momentum from your daily, imperfect, consistent efforts. Stop waiting for the map to be perfect. The map is created as you walk. Every step you take defines the path for the next one. Are you willing to be embarrassed for a week to be successful for a decade? That is the trade-off that most people are simply too afraid to make. Real success is built on a mountain of good enough moments that eventually became great through the sheer force of your persistence and will. The 10X formula is simple. Do it. Suffer the mess. Learn. Repeat. Until the world has no choice but to acknowledge your undeniable progress. We are coming to the end of this journey, but for you, it's just the beginning. The world is waiting for your unfiltered and unperfected self. Don't wait until you're ready. You will never feel ready. Start before you are ready. That is the only secret to winning the long game. Right now, after this video ends, go do that one thing you've been putting off. Do it badly. Do it fast. But just get it done. If you found value in this perspective, join our community. Subscribe and hit the bell. Let's grow together through the power of our imperfections. Thank you for watching and for being a part of this journey. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully with a few messy drafts completed. Go make something messy today. Your future self will thank you for the courage to be less than perfect right now. Goodbye for now.